Al-Naemeh The Sand Devil, a brand new boss, is coming to raid Shadow Legends. It will feature in a new, entirely different dungeon altogether, not part of Doom Tower or anywhere, to stand alone, just like you have in your Dragon, Fire Knight and all that. This boss will give you the few items right now. These items, greater oil, lesser oil, and of course the superior oil. What are you going to do with all this oil? You will use them to anoint your weapons, your artifacts, your shields, your accessories, in order to give them extra higher stats. This is the first time I'm hearing about this in Raid Shadow Legends. I'm kind of excited about it, to know that our gear can do a little bit better than where they are right now. This will change a lot in Raid, both for PvP and PvE content that you're currently beating. It will boost your artifacts. Remember, that's what Ascension or this the Altar of Souls did for us, right? It added some extra stat bonuses to our champions, which they already have. I'm interested to see how this will play out in the game, how this will change the game, and how this will make you improve the content you are currently beating in terms of the damage and all that. So will this mean that this champion or this boss will be extremely difficult to beat? Is not yet in the game, so we'll find all that. They've released a promo video along with this, and I've not seen it. I just copied it, posted in my browser, and I want to find out more about this boss and how we can interact with him in Raid. Let's play this promo video and see how it goes. I guess I have to turn on my audio for this one so you can also watch along with me. Alright, let's firsthand see the information that is dropped right now in Raid official YouTube channel.
Hey everyone, welcome to our new update preview, where we'll be highlighting Artifact Ascension. Hear the name and you'll automatically think of Champion Ascension, and you wouldn't be far off. While there are obvious differences between champions and artifacts, the core idea is the same, drawing out the latent power of your artifacts to make you stronger. With Artifact Ascension, each artifact you ascend will receive additional stat bonuses. To do this, you'll need to spend a new resource called Oil, which you can think of as somewhat similar to affinity potions. However, you don't need to worry about matching affinities or raiding different keeps on different days to get specific oils. You only have to get one kind of oil, and
that's it right there. It will be next to the Fire Knight boss, right at the edge of the map. And we only have to get just that boss for every artifact, and it will begin to show your artifacts in a different color than they already are when they are ascended. I guess that's what we have to call them.
It's available in one dungeon. You'll need to be at least level 38 to start using Artifact Ascension, and keep in mind, it's geared towards upcoming endgame content, which will really ramp up the difficulty. As for existing dungeons, you won't need Artifact Ascension if you're already clearing them with these, but it'll help make grinding for artifacts for Ascension that much quicker. As for accessories, you won't be able to ascend them just yet.
Alright, so accessories is totally different and locked over there, where artifacts is on its own. So we should have made it together. Why a different boss altogether for accessories? But it seems like this boss is going all the way to level 25, not just stopping at 20 or 15. That means it's going to be extremely hard to beat. Unlike this current boss we currently have in the game. What's his name now? This one was kind of easy to beat, and we find easy way to beat. Of course, beginner players cannot beat higher levels of this Iron Twins Fortress right now. It stopped at level 15. So I guess this one going all the way to 25 will make it extremely hard. Once you get over level 20 to 25, it will be extremely difficult. Hopefully there is no damage limitations to those boss, but let's see the boss mechanics. I'm interested to see the boss mechanics, to see which champions we can use to beat him. That's what I'm most interested in, not even what we get from the boss.
You will in the future though, so stay tuned. Now, let's get into the mechanical meat and potatoes. Artifacts must be at least rank 4 and be upgraded to level 12 if you want to ascend them. Rarity doesn't matter, so you could ascend a common artifact if you really wanted to. The oil needed for ascension comes in 3 types: lesser, greater, and superior. Lesser oil will get your artifacts to ascension levels 1 and 2, greater for levels 3 and 4, and finally superior to get levels 5 and 6. Like with Champion Ascension, the stars on your artifact will turn from gold to purple as you ascend. And that's it. You don't need silver or other resources to ascend. Just that sweet, sweet oil.
No silver needed. That's a good news, because everything in Raid currently right now needs you to spend silver. So this is good news that you don't need silver to ascend this one. Else we'll be spending 20k, 30k per silver to ascend something from one level to another. That's good. Raid is learning.
Once an artifact reaches Ascension level 1, it gains a single bonus stat, and each subsequent Ascension level increases that one bonus stat. Each artifact type has a set pool of bonus stats that it can have, which you'll see in the handy little table on screen right now. And before you go and
All right. Attack can only get HP plus, attack plus, and defense plus. Weapon. There's no defense for weapons though. Am I getting that wrong? Speed boots can only get all this standard stuff. Every artifact that is the sub stat, especially, that's what you are currently adding to, right? No, you're adding to the main stat, not to the sub stat. It's adding to the main stat.
screenshot the table, don't worry. This cheat sheet will be in the Artifact Ascent tab in-game for reference. At the time of making this video, you...
Yes, that's it. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Speed boot of 45 is getting defense plus 8 plus 80. Speed boost of 45 is not getting additional speed added to it. It's adding defense to it. That's why I was right about this weapon. Weapon adding defense to a weapon, because we normally don't have
increases
a weapon
that one bonus
added.
stat. Each artifact type has a set pool of bonus stats that it can have, which you'll see in the handy little table on screen right now. And before
I was right. So that's why defense is being added to boots. Can you select what can be added to it?
Before you go and screenshot the table, don't worry. This cheat sheet will be in the Artifact Ascent tab in-game for reference. At the time of making this video, you cannot re-roll this bonus stat if you rework an Ascended artifact. However, we may change this in the future, and of course, we'll let you know if we do. So that's the basics of Artifact Ascension covered. Now, grab your flaming torches and let's delve into the new dungeon where all that precious oil is kept, the Sand Devil's Necropolis. The Necropolis' guardian, the mighty and terrible Al-Naemeh The Sand Devil. It's pretty different to bosses you've fought in raids so far. He's got skills that will ignore your defenses. He can withstand almost any attack, but he also likes napping on the job. Unlike raid's other bosses, the Sand Devil is susceptible to sleep, and using this...
They just want us to use sleep debuff in raid by all means possible. They just want to find a way for us to appreciate this dead debuff. So he's gonna be taking a nap a lot if he brings champions who
This debuff will be crucial to send this devil to his eternal rest. Now, this is where I'd normally say, let's start from the beginning. But things are a little more complicated this time, so bear with me. Let's first dissect his passive skill, the appropriately named Rest for the Wicked. This makes the Sand Devil immune to any form of turn meter reduction, as well as all debuffs. Well, all debuffs except sleep. Once you make
no decrease defense, no weaken, no decrease attack, nothing. They really want us to come in here with different alternative ways of killing the boss like we normally do. Every boss in raid so far with decrease defense and weaken, that's the first thing. Decrease attack to take less damage, that's the second priority. And now we say no debuff at all, no turn meter reduction. That means just take away 90% of raid champions that you already have cannot do the job here, I guess. Damn, that's a whole new way of fighting this boss. I like it. I like it. It's a new way of thinking about it. Not the same clan boss team comes in here and beat it, or the Iron Twins Fortress team comes in here and beat it. Let's see what teams can make this happen. From their video, we are seeing a Sifi, bomb champion. I mean, poison explosion champion. Poison can't even do this, I guess. No poison here. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Al-Naemeh go night-night, things start to get interesting. Once he's sleeping, he loses this incredible immunity to debuffs and turn me.
All right. That's what I wanted to hear. So once he slept, now you can begin to go crazy and land all your debuffs on him. Remember, this is first impression. This is the first time I'm hearing and seeing this. So once you can put this champion or this boss to sleep, you can begin to land all your heavenly debuffs on him. I'm talking about decreased defense, weaken. So all you have to do is put him to sleep first. Then your Amigas can go to work and keep turn meter down. Your Alors can go to work and keep turn meter down. And once turn meter is down, so he cannot wake up, then you can begin to land the decreased defense, weaken, decreased attack, and all that other stuff. But I'm guessing once he wake up, he's gonna cleanse everything. Let's keep watching.
Meter reduction, it becomes like most other bosses. This means you can do things like poison and place stat reductions on them, although crowd control debuffs like stun and freeze still won't work. This passive also massively reduces incoming damage to the Sand Devil, which only gets higher on later stages. We're talking up to a 75% damage reduction, so your toughest nukers will barely tickle this guy, unless you land loads of debuffs first. For every debuff you place on the Sand Devil, he loses 10% of that huge damage reduction, so focus on landing as many debuffs on him as possible once you've put him to bed. Dreamless Sleep, Al-Naemeh's other sleep-centric passive, is something you'll need to watch out for as well. The Sand Devil's a pretty heavy sleeper, so he won't instantly wake up when you hit him. Instead, he gains a special slumber counter when he goes for some shut-eye, with it ticking down by 1 every time he's hit. Once it hits 0, or a sleep debuff on him expires, he'll awaken from his nap. The length of the slumber counter varies based on the stage you're on, with it starting at 10 from stages 1 to 5, with it going down as low as 5 by the later stages. That means
you cannot sleep him forever. That's what it means. As the stages are going tougher, 5, he hit him 5 and he's awake. Damn. You need somebody to keep him to sleep again and again and again, basically. So you need 2 or more champions to come with their different sleeps. Because once he wakes up, put him to sleep again.
Means you've got the chance to land between 10 and 5 hits before Al-Naemeh gets up to see what's causing all that noise. When he finally rises from his slumber,
I'm glad he did not cleanse it. He woke up from the sleep and the debuffs were still on him. That's a good thing, I guess.
don't expect to put him right back to bed. He becomes fully immune to sleep for 1 turn after he wakes up. So you'll need
fully immune to sleep after he wakes up for 1 turn. That means that's for 1 turn for him to go crazy on you, I guess. And that's where block damage comes in. So far, they've not said anything about him doing anything to our buffs. That means we can come in here with tanky champions and survive all this stuff he's doing to us. As long as you can survive, it doesn't matter how long the boss takes. We can put him to auto and just walk away and let this happen on auto. Nice.
You need some proper coordination to place as many debuffs on him as you can before you can knock him out again. And now, his third and final passive, Soul Sustenance. Whenever Al-Naemeh attacks, he destroys 10% of the target's max HP. That's right, a flat 10% reduction. It's not based on the damage dealt to your team. Seeing as all of his attacks target your entire team, this is pretty bad news. The suffering doesn't end there, though. Anytime your champions decrease the Sand Devil's churn meter, their max HP will be destroyed by the same percentage.
I'm done. I'm done. Initially, I said Amiga can come in there and decrease the meter. That means Amiga's max HP will just deplete. Even we're thinking of champions who you can use to boost your turn meter back up. I'm talking about the new, what do you call this passive right now? Or the blessing. Yeah, there are those blessings that can help your champions get their max HP back to full. I think I have it on one healer. I can. This is not my main account. This is Nuto Pro. But those blessings can help. Let me just show you the blessing I'm talking about. Which one? Skills, blessing. This one, Miracle Heal. That's the solution to this, I guess. A champion or a healer in your team that can, restore your decreased max HP will be awesome for this, especially if you have them highly ascended or the highest level of the blessing, which is 6-star. 100% chance to restore the decreased max HP when healing equal to 15% of the heal. 15% if the person heals is a nice one to get that your max HP back. So that will be an awesome way to get your max HP when this boss is always decreasing it by 10% when it hits. That's crazy. Damn. Let's keep watching.
Yikes. But there is a silver lining. Whenever Al-Naemeh is sleeping, any heal you receive will restore your destroyed HP, equal to the value of the heal. So bring a...
Oh, that's it? So you don't even need that miracle heal to make it happen. When he's asleep, that's the time to do your heal because you restore your max HP that you've lost. I guess that miracle heal can also help restore max HP when he's not sleeping, I guess.
Healer, and everything will be just fine. Okay, now let's turn to Al-Naemeh's active skills and see how they work alongside his passives. His first skill, Rage of the Sands, is an unpleasant AoE attack that places a decreased speed and a decreased accuracy debuff on your entire team. Make sure your champions have enough resistance, as the last thing you want is your debuffs not landing on Al-Naemeh while he's snoring away. Want to know why? His second skill, Dune Tempest, removes all debuffs on him, heals him, and then attacks your entire team with blades of light and a howling gust of sand. But there's a catch. The damage dealt by this skill decreases based on the amount of debuffs Al-Naemeh removed from himself. So the more debuffs you manage to place on him, the weaker this move will be. Think of it going from a raging tornado to a light breeze. The heal he receives from Dune Tempest will also depend on the amount of destroyed HP on your team. The more HP you've had destroyed, the more HP the Sand Devil recovers, yet another reason to bring a healer to this fight. Finally, we have Feasting Swarm. For this skill, the Sand Devil unleashes a ravenous horde of locusts, dealing huge AoE damage that ignores shields, block damage, and unkillable buffs, as well as 100% of your champion's defense.
Come on. Come on. Do you want us to fight or kill this boss or not, Raid? What is all these mechanics? This is too much for one boss. I understand it's going up to level 25. Maybe you can handle it at level 20, so you want it to be extremely difficult for higher levels. Ignore Unkillable. Ignore block damage. No. Hell no. Ignore shields. Ignore defense. I'm not so excited about this dungeon now anymore.
This thing hurts and will likely wipe out your entire team if you aren't prepared. Fortunately, summoning a locust swarm is tiring work, so Al-Naemeh will instantly catch some Z's after this attack, giving you time to lick your wounds. Oh, and every time you place a sleep debuff on the Sand Devil, the current cooldown of this skill increases by 1 turn. With some careful planning, you'll be able to keep this feasting swarm at bay for a long time. So, how the devil do you win this fight? Timing and team composition are vital for surviving the Sand Devil's necropolis. You'll need several champions capable of placing a sleep debuff on Al-Naemeh, and you'll need to time them just right. Putting him to sleep is the easy part. You'll need to be juggling placing other debuffs, reducing his innate damage reduction, and restoring your destroyed HP to succeed in this fight. Continuous heal buffs and passive skills that can heal your entire team will really lighten the load. Then there's the slumber counter. Bringing champions who can place debuffs on the Sand Devil without hitting him will be super useful, as these won't lower the slumber counter, meaning you can potentially land more hits. Finally, you'll also need some way to survive the terror that is Feasting Swarm. Placing a revive on death buff on the champions crucial to your strategy will probably be your best bet, as high defense won't stop these locusts chewing through your health. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know about Artifact Ascension and its accompanying dungeon. We can't wait to see you clash against the might of the Sand Devil, and hope this guide will help you craft a winning strategy. As always, hit like, subscribe to see the latest about Raid, and we'll see you next time. Happy raiding!
So, revive on death. Block damage can help here when that final hit is coming in. Champions will place 4 poisons at a time on the boss without actually hitting him. Turn meter reduction champions will kill themselves, but they can always be revived, I guess, or have their max HP that was reduced fully restored. Because if you can keep that turn meter down, I mean, you will eventually wake him up. It's just a matter of how many times you hit him before he wakes up. So it's not like 100% that he will go to sleep and just be asleep forever. Damn, this is gonna be a difficult one to fight, but hey, as usual, we're looking forward to the community to come up with all these awesome teams that can beat this boss, and we'll put together in a video, show you our suggestions on when it's finally released in the game. Right now it's not in the game. This is just a first look at this boss and what is coming to Raid. What's his name again? Al-Naemeh The Sand Devil. Now, it's up to you whether you want to fight this boss or not. This is not compulsory. Remember, you already have good gear, level to 16, doing good work right now for you in the game. Does that mean when you put this extra 2-star, 3-star, even extra 6-star levels on this, what do you call them, this greater oil, leveling up your artifacts, will this mean that there will be a new content that we need that new gear for? We don't know yet. But that will be the difference between you beating some bosses or not. Because if you have those your current existing gear that cannot do much to the clan boss, and then you ascend them extra with this new oil that is gotten from this boss, maybe you can help beat better content. Also, if you're a PvP person, if you head over to PvP right now and you're not ready, your gear is not ascended, and somebody comes in there and nukes you with an arbiter, you know why. although that can happen. Anyways, guys, that's my first look at this boss that is coming into raid, Al-Naemeh. Who's seen the mechanics? You see the raid video. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to watch that full video again. And yeah, let me know what you think about this one. I'm not too excited about it, just like I was kind of skeptical about that Iron Twins Fortress. I'm also not that crazy about this one because it's all ways for us to drain resources. This boss will require energy, right? It can't just be free for you to go farm it. Yes, you don't need silver to do the leveling up of the artifact, but I bet you to beat that boss, you will need to spend energy. It doesn't say you need keys or anything. It's not locked or anything. It's always open for you to go spend right there because it's a difficult boss to farm. But wait till when it's in the game to find out these mechanics and all that. Hit that like button for me in this video and let me know in the comments what you think about this boss. That's just my first impression of him. I'm scared, I'm concerned, but I'm looking forward to the community to come up with different teams that can help us beat him, because we endgame players will go for this. But beginner players, you can beat it in first levels and you're fine with 2-star, 4-star ascended gear. Not necessarily full 16 levels ascended, because that will require you to farm these greater ones that is kind of going to be harder to obtain. I'll see you guys in the comments. Later, guys.